had to pull out due to problems they picked up yesterday.
Well,
but
frankly,
that's only maybe 2 or 3 of them. Everybody else that's supposed to be there is there.
yesterday you shared a photo on Facebook that made many of us cry. And of
Yeah.
course, the little Chev is not going to be here today because it was beyond repair. But thankfully, there was a Mark 1 Escort readily
Yeah.
available.
That was Franco Donadio that crashed the Chevy Forenza Can-Am, the V8 in Fostron Corner. But he went and pulled out Old Faithful, the Mark 1 Ford Escort. And
Watch him through turn 4 in that car.
he is out there. As a matter of fact, he is the second car out on track. It's only Michael Hitchcock that is ahead of him as they work their way around. And you see all those cars on your screen for the people at home. Lots and lots of classic cars filtering through turn 3 Interceptor Corner.
Yeah, you can see there Wursthuizen in the Conquest. It's always good to see the various machines out there, the CRX of Mattia. But yeah, you get rear-wheel drive, you get front-wheel drive, you get, you know, big, powerful engines, and then the smaller engines as well. There's the Granada Piranha of Aiton Bogart that goes down the straight. The Escort Mark 1 of Evans.
Talking about Aiton Bogart, Malcolm Aiton Bogart had a birthday this week. And we want to wish him a happy birthday.
Well, Hitchcock, man on pole position, the V8 Mustang, runs on biofuel. He'll have Donadio with him, Aiton Bogart. Then it's Momberg in the V6 Capri. Mouton in his Mustang. Buertus out there as well. And he, of course, will be in the Skyline. The Sabat Skyline will be Buertus, of course, run, of course, by the Blows, the Kerry Blows and Co. Of course, they will be all on that. And you'll see also as well Jared Evans in there. Dave Aladef in that boxy-shaped Beamer. And then we'll have Nell in the angle box. It looks like the 46 of Bedin is sitting on his grid hatching at the moment.
A little bit of confusion. A lot of cars have stopped on the line, but there is a safety car out on the track, and the rest of the field is now filtering in after the safety car. So there is a touch confusion on the line. Normally what happens, Byron, is they go and do their outlap, then they stop on the grid, then they follow the safety car around. That didn't happen. The safety car just came straight out, and some of them followed the safety car, and the rest followed the old procedure of still stopping. So there was a touch of confusion on the line. I'm used to they going out, doing a lap, stop, then go out after the safety car. Safety car pulls in, lights out, and off we go. So that, for another reason, has changed, and it did catch out a few of the guys, but everybody has moved up off the line. I just hope that they can get back into their proper grid spots, those guys that did stop on the grid. There's a safety car for the folks watching the production at home from IMUSAT. Big hi, hello, and welcome to you all over the country, wherever you're watching this production in the world. I know we've had people from Australia that's been watching. There was somebody from Indonesia that was doing business there that watched the stream a while ago. We had people from New Zealand that was saying, hello, I'm in New Zealand. Some people that were in Europe. That was the last event. So you've got South Africans that are either living or working overseas that is watching this production. So welcome to wherever you find yourself on this planet, to Killarney International Raceway, and we're busy now with the Laude sponsored classic cars as a whole heap of cars roll down that back straight towards Pertamina Fostron Turn 5, where we are awaiting 8 action-packed racing laps.
See Stephen Manuel in the yesterday's hero Skyline, the carving his way through to his position. I do see an unnamed individual in an Alfa Romeo Giulia, number 7, a mystery man or driver. If anybody can get that to us, it would be much appreciated. I can't pick his name up he or she's name up anywhere. But we are ready to go racing here. Hitchcock leads them around. We'll regulate the pace now as the safety car has gone into the pits, and we are ready to go racing. 5 red lights, 1 on the main straight as well. They all go out together, and then we'll be going for 8 racing laps. Yeah, hold your breath, everybody. When is the trigger going to be pulled? It is now, as we run up towards turn 1, and it's going to be the whole shot for Hitchcock. Watch out, on the outside will be Donadio. A bit of a lock-up in the midfield over there as well, but everybody seems to be getting through that first turn. Look at the Capri around the outside of the Granada, and it looks like Trevor Momberg might be up into 3rd position. Uitenbogard into 4th, then the Skyline coming around the outside there of Boertus, but it's going to be Mouton that will poke his nose right ahead there, and a good clean start from everybody, Frankie, thank goodness.
Yeah, Jared Thompson's in that fight as well as they go through the kink. He's got Jandre Boertus in that Sabat Skyline on his outside, but look at these 2 Fords, the Mustang and the Escort, then it's Momberg, then it's Uitenbogard, then it's Mouton, then it's Thompson, and behind him is Boertus. That's all I can get because the rest of them are racked and stacked there. Down the back main they go. Down the back straight they go towards turn 5, and the power Fostron of the V8 comes into its own, and all that Donadio can do is just try and hold on.
Smoke coming from the Granada there, Frankie, so hopefully not an issue. We'll see them as they come around because he's been retaken by the Blue Capri of Momberg. They're side by side coming down the straight towards the Lime Property Management Castrol and City of Cape Town Bridge. It's smoking quite a bit there, is the Granada, and will be slowing down. And into turn 1 they will then run. Will the Granada complete the lap or try and pull up into a better position? Let's see them as they come onto the Joubert straight now.
Well, as they make their way towards turn 2, you see all these cars filter through. There they go, through Castrol Corner. The smoke is pumping out the back of that Piranha, and it's sliding around there in its own smoke. Fadi Mouton will just have a look up on the inside, and I'm sure that the radio will light up with the marshal saying smoke. Yes, it's slowing down. The Granada, as you can pick up on screen, pulls off the circuit, and that is the end of Uitenbogard in that Granada.
Momberg will then have that 3rd position. Mouton in the Mustang will come up into 4th, and Thompson, the number 85 car, will be coming up a position as well there. But we go down the back straight now. The leaders are coming through. Hitchcock led over the line the previous lap by 2.2 seconds over Donadio. Donadio, who will be pushing incredibly hard to try and keep up with the man ahead of him. They come out of turn 5 now and onto the main straight underneath the bridge once again, and charging it up to Hole's Hook at this present moment in time.
Right, here we go into turn number 1, Ford versus Ford. It is the Mustang versus the Mark 1 Escort. It is Hitchcock versus Donadio. Then Trevor Momberg, right on his case is Fadi Mouton. Then behind Fadi Mouton is Jared Thompson. And there's a Skyline of Boertus coming through. Then behind Boertus we got Jared Evans in the Capri as they work their way. Wayne Lotter sits in there behind him as well as they head into turn number 2. There is Boertus, and up on his inside is the boxy BMW of Thompson.
Thompson, yes, there we go.
Can you think of his name for a moment there?
Jared Thompson, we've been
Jared
used to
Thompson,
him.
yes.
We've been used to him in a Capri, but now in the boxy shape Beamer, 1 or 2 out there. And all over the back of him, though, is Boertus in that lovely Skyline. Yeah, they come now through the double apex right-hander at turn 4. Meanwhile, the leaders make their way now into turn 5. It's 3 seconds between Hitchcock and Donadio as they make their way through. Another lightning strike occurs, and now out of that turn they will then come. It is a Ford 1, 2, 3, 4 before we have the first BMW and then the Nissan.
Yeah, here comes Momberg. Then we've got Fadi Mouton coming out of turn 5. Then it's Jared Thompson with Jandre Boertus right on his case. Then it is Evans. And right behind him is Wayne Lotter. Behind him is Dancing Dave Aladef. And that is that lot, followed there by Neil in car number 1, but the leader is making his way into turn 2. That group of cars that I just mentioned, that's a group of cars that you see working their way through turn number 1, with Buertes all over the back end of Thompson's Beamer, heading up into turn 2. Ahead of them, you just see the Mustang there of Ferdi Maton.
Well, let's see if the skyline comes across the front there of Thompson's BMW and takes that place right away from him. That means now that he finds himself in what is 4th position. I see on the timing sheets that Thompson is not actually showing at the previous. Oh, there we go. Now he's up into 5th position. So that means that Buertes is up into 5th position. Evans in the Capri and sliding the back end of that BMW around. There's Thompson.
Right, so we go back down towards a turn number 5 into Fostron corner, and it's Ford versus Ford. That's Mustang versus Escort. That's Hitchcock versus Donadio. Here they come towards the set of Cape Town Bridge. It is Hitchcock, followed there by Donadio. Then coming towards us now, as you see those two cars heading through your shot, is the Capri of Momberg. Right on Momberg's case is Ferdi Maton. Then we have got the skyline of Buertes. Then it's Laude, and right next to him we see Evans. Aladef is coming through as well. You know who have lost? We've lost Thompson.
Into the turn 4 tires.
We've lost Thompson. It was just said over the radio now that there was an incident in turn number 4, and that is on your screen now. That is the Beamer of Jared Thompson.
Remember, he lost the back end as he was coming on the straight there. But something must have broken on that car, Frankie.
Up the Tigerberg straight. You're quite right, yes.
All right, here we go. The GTX Skyline coming through. It's actually the SGL, sorry. And there comes the Row Flat 4 Racing Beetle going through turn 1. And then 2 escorts will be following suit. I just want to find out where that is. I think it's Rowley, ahead of the Cock, and Pfeiffer, Dave Rowley, in that Beetle as it is.
Leader coming across the line to start another lap. We'll have 3 more laps to go. That is Hitchcock. Into turn 1 goes Michael Hitchcock. Here comes that Mark 1 Ford Escort in P2. 5.7 seconds behind him of Franco Donadio. Franco, never give up Donadio, and Momberg is the next one into turn number 1, followed there by Mouton, and then we should have the skyline of Buertes. Yes, here comes the Sabat skyline of Jean-Andre Buertes.
And then we just have a little bit of a wait until we have Laude and Evans together. Laude and Evans, the Escort and the Capri, they are together. Then after that will be Aladef, and Badin is right on the back of Aladef over there. So Aladef's got his hands full, and they're going to make their way out onto the Joubert straight now towards turn 2 as we do run. But we, of course, have that little mini. And look at this little battle going on over here as well. Is that going to be Bradley Rowe that's in the BMW 2002 making a pass?
That's Rowe versus Rowe. That's father versus son. And Robert Rowe is in the 1 BMW, and he's the chairman of Classic Cars.
Yeah, row your boat. Okay, there we go. So yes, going into that turn 2 section over there, and look at this. It's always lovely to see the father-son battle, the family battles. Frankie, who gets to make the coffee? Who gets to make the tea when they get home? And he keeps it ahead, that turbocharged Beamer.
Right, we've got an Alpha GT Junior pulling off there in turn number 1 as the leader makes his way out of turn number 1. We'll pick him up now. That is Hitchcock with 2 more laps to go. Here he comes, racing slightly uphill towards turn 2 Castral Corner with Franco Donadio 5.2 seconds behind him in that second spot. Slides that Mustang out of Castral. Donadio busy working his way through. Then we've got a couple of back markers there as the leader and second place make their way through turn 3 Interceptor Chouet.
Well, we have this lap and the next one left to go, Frankie. Look at how Donadio is sliding that Escort around turn 3. He goes into turn 4 now. I hope they're going to get some good shots over here because he comes through nicely over there. 10/10 racing here, and doesn't go as much over the curbs as I thought he would, but down the straights we then run. 5.2 seconds between himself and Hitchcock. A slow-moving vehicle, I think that could be Oosthuizen in the Conquest.
Yeah, that is Oosthuizen in that Conquest. Previously raced fine cars, as you watch sliding around there. Second place man Franco Donadio as they start their final lap. One more lap to go for Hitchcock, for Donadio, and we await Trevor Momberg. Couple of back markers. Where's Momberg? Has he gone through already? No, he hasn't. These are a few of the back markers coming towards us. Coming into view there is Trevor Momberg, and right behind him we just saw Fadi Maton in the Mustang. There Fadi goes, and then you will have the Sabat Skyline of Boertes. Yes, Jean-Ray Boertes coming through, and then Wayne Lotter in that super quick Ford Escort.
Just want to be on the last lap now. On the Tygerberg Straight, you'll see that the 240Z is moving very slowly of Kerry Blows. But we now also have a slow-moving escort of the Cock out of turn 4. And just as the leaders come through, on the back straight now, the Mustang runs it up to turn 5. He'll be coming up to Dave Rowley's Beetle, but I doubt he'll put a lap on that Beetle. And, well, turns into turn 5 and will run it to the line. He will, as he has been unbeatable in this race, has Michael Hitchcock, and well deserved for him. Definitely a good all-round guy, Michael Hitchcock. It is a fantastic Mustang.
Yeah, he comes home first. Here comes Never Say Die. Franco Donadio finishes in the Donadio plant hire, and Harkus Automotive Escort in that second spot. First two cars across the line. We're waiting for this man, Trevor Momberg. He'll finish in third position. Momberg, then it's a back marker. Then you've got Fadi Maton, and right on Fadi's heels is Jean-Ray Boertes. Jean-Ray Boertes is right on the heels of Maton as they cross the line, and right there with them. Now that is one of the back markers that's coming through. It's not Lotte. We're still waiting for Lotte to come through. Here Lotte comes, and right on his case is Jared Evans.
There goes Kerry Blows. We'll pull into the pits. Here comes Badin now. Badin will come to the line to take what will be 8th position.
Yeah.
And then the Anglia.
That's Wynand Nel, and he's got the number 1 in his car because he's the reigning champion in the Anglia. He's Nel. Dave Aladef crosses the line. Here comes Dion Valentine. And then it's one of the rows that crossed the line. I'm not sure which one that is. Then Dion Conradi, followed there by the other row that finishes his race. But brilliant, brilliant stuff out there so far for the Laude Classic cars. I think they have all, yes, they've all taken the checkered flag.
I think at number 7, as we have a replay here of what happened, look at that.
That's Jared Thompson. That's Thompson that disappeared there in turn 4, saddle sweep.
And we'll just take a, oh, that is quite a hit into the tyres that the man has taken. And we'll
he hammered that wall pretty hard off the track, bouncing, and then thump into that tyre wall. Bounce here, bounce there, and in he goes, nose first.
And just before that, he was snaking on the straight as well.
He was, he was.
And, well, look at that. The dust flies up and into the tyre barrier. And hope all is all right there with Jared Thompson. But just quickly, that Alpha, I think I was talking about earlier on, there was Derek Truscott that was in that.